to record this and share my screen with you all. There we go. I hope that's all working now. And we're going to switch to this one, and I hope you can all see the screen there. I'm going to be talking about overcalls and doubles this week, and it's a subject I've covered before, though not perhaps for quite a long time. And I'm going to be referring to this bidding sheet I have, which is on my website there on bridgeclass.co.uk. And also, if you're watching one of these videos on YouTube, you can send me an email and I'll add you to the mailing list so you'll know you can join these sessions. So we're going to be talking about overcalls and doubles this week. And if you have that bidding sheet, or if you're familiar with it, it's basically this red section at the bottom. The dark red and the bright red section is all about doubling, responding to doubles, overcalls, and responding to overcalls. And I also just add that while there are parts of ACOL bidding that are different from standard American or other kinds of bidding like 5-card majors, overcalls and doubles are pretty much the same in all systems. So this talk really applies to virtually all systems of bidding. So I'm going to go through this fairly quickly because it's all more or less word for word what was in that red section there in the bidding sheet. So a simple suit overcall at the one level normally shows about 8 to 16 points. By points, I mean high card points and at least a 5-card good quality suit, normally at least a couple of honors in there. If you make a simple suit overcall, not a jump, but if you bid, say, 2 clubs over 1 spade, that shows a little bit more, a slightly narrow range of 10 to 16 points. And again, at least a 5-card good quality suit. If you have more than 16 points, it's normal to double first and then bid your suit. So when you double, if your partner doesn't bid a suit you can support, you then can bid your own suit. And we'll look at an example of that a little bit later. And a jump overcall, which is now very popular and what I recommend, is typically used for a weak hand. So if they open 1 club and you jump to 2 hearts, let's say, you bid, that's what you would bid if you were making an opening bid of 2 hearts, pretty much the same. And if you're overcalling with a jump at the 3 level, that typically shows at least a 7-card suit. And this is known as weak jump overcall. So whenever I'm sitting down with someone for the first time, I always like to check if you play weak jump overcalls. 1 no trump as an overcall typically shows 15 to 17, and a good stopper in the opponent's suit. That's an overcall over 1 of a suit. Some people play a slightly wider range, or 15 to 18 or 16 to 18, but 15 to 17 is what the EBU currently recommends in its material. How do you respond to a non-jump suit overcall? Well, if you have no fit for your partner, or if you have a pretty weak hand, say 0 to 5 points, you should pass. But if you have 3-card support for your partner, you should try and raise them. So with something like 6 to 9 points, try and bid at the 2 level, or bid at the 3 level if you have 10 or more points. And here I've said, with a very good fit, you should count dummy points. So count extras for singletons and doubletons, even if you don't quite have 10 points. The other thing you can do is bid your own suit. That should be at least a good 5-card suit. And you can also sometimes respond in no trump. So typically the 1 no trump bid is used to show 9 to 12 points and a stopper in the opponent's suit, or 13 or 14 points, you would bid 2 no trump with a good stopper in the opponent's suit. And now I wanted also to look at how you, let me move that down, how you respond to a double of a suit. So when your partner doubles, say, one of a suit opening bid, and you're responding, if you are 0 to 8 points is a normal range, you bid your longest suit at the lowest level. You would prefer to bid a major if you have one. And if you're a bit stronger than that, say 9 to 12 points, you bid your longest suit jumping 11. Remember, the double of a suit shows something like an opening hand. So if you've got, say, more than 12 points, you should be thinking about bidding game. If you've got, say, 13 or more, you can either bid your longest suit, jumping to game in a major, or another bid you can make if you and your partner have the same understanding, is to Q bid the opponent's suit, which forces your partner to make another bid. And we'll look at an example of that in a moment. Another thing you can do is respond in no trump, 69 points, one no trump, 10 to 12, two no trump, and 13 or more, maybe bid three no trump. Remember, your partner's going to be short in the suit that they've doubled, so you should have a reasonable stopper or two to respond no trump. The other thing on that sheet is if the third person to bid raises the opener suit or bids a new suit, you can now pass with a very weak hand. So in other words, suppose they opened one heart, your partner doubled, and the next person bid something else. Now you can pass with a very weak hand because you're off the hook. You don't have to bid. If you do bid at the 2 level, it shows 6 to 9. At the 3 level, 10 to 12. Or if you have 13 or more, either bid game in a major or you can Q bid the opponent's suit to make your partner bid again. So let's have a look at some examples of all this. And this time you're West and North has opened one spade. Your partner bid 2 clubs and South bid 2 spades. And I've got the first poll of the evening for you. What do you think West should bid with this hand? Have a little think about it. And here comes that first poll. What do you think West should bid with this hand? Let's have a look at the results. And I must apologize. I just noticed there is one bid there that's an illegal bid, 2 diamonds. You can't bid 2 diamonds over 2 spades. It should be 3 diamonds. But the majority there have gone for 3 clubs. And perhaps the person who said something else was thinking of bidding 3 diamonds. And yes, I think that's right. I think you should bid 3 clubs on this hand. Yes, you would like to mention your diamonds, but you don't know that you have a fit in diamonds, and you do know that you have a fit in clubs. So with an 8-card fit in clubs, your partner should have a good, reasonably good 5-card suit, at least in clubs, and I'd be happy to bid at the 3 level. Probably regardless of vulnerability, I would bid 3 clubs there. You're more inclined to bid more in a competitive auction if you're not vulnerable, but I think even vulnerable, I would tend to bid 3 clubs on that hand.
Tony, it's Barbara. I play bidding to the level of the fit.
Yes.
Unless I've got 4 cards, because I'm assuming that East has got 5 clubs, and I've only got 3. If I had 4 clubs, I would do the unassuming Q bid, but with 3 and I've only got 10 points, wouldn't I just leave it?
Well, you know, obviously anything could work out. By the way, I'm going to talk about the unassuming Q bid next week. It's a very useful bid, but you know, are you going to let the opponents play at the 2 level here? Yes, you can't be certain that your partner has more than 5 clubs. You may just have an 8-card fit.
But aren't I showing my partner that I've got 4 clubs if we play bidding to the level of the fit?
Well, we'll talk about the unassuming Q bid next week. Think about it though.
No. Sorry. If East goes 2 clubs and I go 3 clubs, I'm showing that I've got 4 clubs in my hand.
Well, even if you had so I won't go into this in any much more detail, okay. But if the opponents have got an 8 card fit in spades, which it sounds like they do, and if you have an 8 card fit in clubs, um, it's actually normally wrong for you to let them play in two spades. It,
Thank you. Okay.
you should, even if you only had 8 clubs, you should actually bid 3 clubs. So I take your point about bidding to level of fit, but we'll talk about that more next week. Anyway, obviously the other thing that can happen if you pass, that may end it there. And it does sound like the points are very evenly balanced, doesn't it? Your partner's presumably got 10 points or so. You've got 10 points, and there they are bidding to 2 spades. So it's a typical competitive auction. And I mean, if you do bid 3 clubs, you may be able to play it there, or maybe North will bid 3 spades. It turns out that with perfect defence, North South will go down one in 3 spades, although they would make 2 spades, and you would go down one in 3 clubs. So you can see it's better for you to bid 3 clubs. Either you'll go down one, but either way, it's better than letting them make 2 spades. So I would definitely want to overcall. I mean, you have a nice hand too, as well as having 3 clubs. The other bid, if you played in 3 diamonds, so you couldn't bid 2 diamonds here, but if you bid 3 diamonds, then the computer says that could go down 2 tricks. Any other comments? Let me look at a few more examples. And here's another one where, again, it's gone 1 spade, 2 clubs, pass. And I've got the second poll of the evening. What do you think West should bid with this hand? I'd like you to think about what does East's 2 clubs show? And the question is, what do you think West should bid here? Let's have a look. And yes, most of you have gone for 3 no trump, and the other choice is 2 no trump. So those are the 2 options, 73% and 27%. And yes, I agree with the majority of you. I think I would bid 3 no trump with this hand. You've got a very good spade stopper. In fact, you're rather relishing if North is on lead and they lead a spade, because that will help you set up tricks. And you should have a good club fit, an 8 card club fit. So don't bid, don't support your partner's clubs here. You're much too good for that. And with 15 points, opposite your partner likely to have 10 points, I would bid 3 no trump. 2 no trump would be a weaker hand than that, and it would be invitational, saying, partner, you've got any extras in your hand, then let's go on. But I think you've got enough to bid 3 no trump on your own. Even if your hand has got something, your partner's got something like this, which is a fairly minimal hand for a 2-level overcall, but you will almost certainly make 3 no trump, and the computer says that is a makeable contract. By the way, just in passing, I don't know what you think North should lead on this hand. Without that bidding, you might lead a spade, but after West has bid 3 no trump, he's likely to have a good spade stopper, so you may well choose something else. Although it turns out anything you lead may help declare. Here's a next question for you, and this is responding to competing over 1 spade. Here, North opens 1 spade, and I'd like you to think about what you think East should bid with this hand. Look at the results. And most of you have gone for double, 80%, with 17% going for 2 clubs, and 1 person bid 1 no trump. And yes, the choices are between 2 clubs and double. Now, normally a double of 1 spade should show at least 3 or 4 cards in all the unbid suits, and you don't quite have that because you've only got 2 diamonds. But you do have 4 cards in the unbid major, And because your hand is more than a minimum, you've got 16 rather than 11 or 12, you can double with this hand. And it achieves two things. If your partner bids hearts, then you can support them there. And if they don't, if they bid diamonds, let's say, then you would rebid your clubs. And that's how you would get the strength across to your partner. So, yes, I would go for double there. And if you do double, let's switch to your partner's hand. They've got 11 points here. And I'm going to launch the next poll, which is what do you think Wes should respond? Look at the results. And most of you have gone for three hearts, 46%, followed by two hearts. And there are votes for two no Trump and one no Trump. Well, I think my first decision is whether to bid hearts or no Trump. And although I have a spade stopper, my inclination is to bid the unbid major. My partner is quite likely to have, hearts as the only unbid major there, and he really wants to hear about my heart support. And with 11 points, you should be jumping. It is perhaps one of the most common bidding mistakes that people with this kind of hand just bid two hearts. The two heart bid doesn't show any points at all. It shows 0 to 8 points. So it's a bad misbid, which I probably see very, very commonly. What happens, of course, is that because people bid two hearts with a hand like this, then their partner compensates and think, well, maybe they've got a stronger hand than their bidding is showing. But yes, you should be supporting the hearts and you should be jumping there to show at least 9 points. And so you bid three hearts there and hope your partner should be very happy with that and would end up in four hearts there. And the computer says that on this distribution, you should actually be able to make 12 tricks playing in four hearts. Okay, let me go on to the next one. And let's look at this one. You bid one spade. East doubles here with a similar hand. And this time, West has only got 5 points, so they bid their longest suit. Again, you might be thinking of responding one no Trump, although your spade stopper isn't, fantastic. It is a kind of stopper. But let's suppose you just bid your longest suit at the lowest level. Now here, that was a suit that your partner didn't want to hear about. They had 17 points, but rather than bid two diamonds, they doubled, which gives them a chance to find a fit in hearts. But you don't find a fit in hearts, and you can't really support clubs. So now you can bid two diamonds. And this is what that bidding sequence should show. If you double first and then bid your suit, it should be showing something like 16 or more points with a hand that was perhaps a bit too good to overcall directly. So here, if South goes on to two spades, maybe your partner will support you. They've got three card support, and maybe that will end the contract in the bidding. Again, the computer says that North-South would go down in two spades, but East-West could make three diamonds. Let's have a look at another one. Suppose it's gone one spade double pass two clubs. Now with this hand, you had 17 points, but again you doubled first and then bid your suit. So this is how you're showing a hand that was too good to overcall, 16 plus points and your own heart suit. So now your partner will perhaps support you with 8 points there and a doubleton. And the computer here says, again, you should be able to make four hearts. So those are examples of hands where you double and then bid your own suit. Don't do that unless you're really strong. Um, Here's another poll for you. What would you bid with the East hand here? North has opened one spade, and the poll question is, what do you think East should bid here? I didn't mean to. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I'll relaunch a poll in a minute. That poll, sorry, I've uh, on this hand, this wasn't the question. East has actually got a balanced hand with good spade stopper and should respond one no trump. Okay. And this was going to be the final question. After one no trump and South passes, what do you think West should bid with this hand? This was a poll I meant to look at. Let me see if I can end relaunch the poll. Yeah, okay. This was the question I meant to ask. Have a look at the results. So your partner's one no trump should be 15 to 17 points with a good spade stopper, and you had 10 points. So yes, I think you should be thinking of game here. You could just bid three no trump, but a superior bid is to use statement, to bid two clubs there. So two clubs, if you play Stayman, you should also play it in this situation. And it's saying, partner, do you have a four-card major? And it gives you a chance to play in hearts if you have a fit. If not, you'll go back to three no trump. But here your partner bids two hearts, and you end up in four hearts there, which should be a good contract for you. I think on this particular layout, you'll probably make three no trump as well. But generally, you want to be in a suit, playing in a suit if you've got an 8-card major suit fit. It normally works out better. Let's have a look at a few more. How about this one? North has opened one diamond, and you'd like to definitely bid something. You can't really bid one no trump. You don't have a diamond stopper. And although you don't have the perfect shape for a takeout double, I think you should double with this hand. You've got four spades and three hearts, and you're hoping to find a fit in your best fit. Now, if it comes around to West with 12 points opposite a double is thinking about game here. But you don't really know which game to be in, whether it should be four hearts or four spades, or I can make an invitational bid. Well, a bid you can make in this situation, which hopefully your partner will never get confused about, is to Q bid the opponent's suit, to bid two diamonds here. And I like to use this really just in this situation where you've got both majors and you want to see if your partner has a preference for one. Maybe they'll be 5-4, or as in this case, 4-3, and you can support either of them. But if you bid two diamonds, your partner will hopefully get the message that they want you to bid their better suit. And in this case, it should be spades rather than hearts. I wouldn't bother to bid the clubs here. Just show your preference between the two majors. And I think with a fit like that, you may well go straight to four hearts. I suppose you could invite game with four spades. I suppose you could invite game with three spades, but the computer finds that on the typical layout like this, perhaps, that you'll do better in spades, and you can make four spades, but only three hearts. So that was it. That was the last hand, and that ends the talk for today. So,
Tony, on that last one, what was the meaning of North's double?
No. Oh yeah, no.
Right. Yeah, sorry, I should have mentioned that. Let me go back to that. Yes. Yes, yes, I meant to mention that. One diamond double pass two diamonds. North here can double to show that they have a good diamond suit, and it's sort of lead directing. It's saying, partner,
Okay.
if you end up on lead here, I'd like you to lead a diamond. I've got, good diamonds. So it's kind of lead directing. So yes, it's an example of a case where the opponent's bid an artificial, make an artificial bid. You can double to show that you really like this suit, and I hope you
Oh,
can see you'd like a diamond led here probably. Although
wouldn't South bid play a diamond anyway?
I think they would if it was you, wouldn't they?
Tony, Tony,
Maybe.
Tony,
Yes.
if I bid three spades rather than
Four.
the West
Yeah.
bids three spades,
Yeah.
then automatically my partner would go to four rather than Q bid. Can I take that route?
Oh, so how's it going to go? One diamond and then what?
No, one diamond, double pass, two
Yeah.
diamond,
Yeah.
and then instead of the Q bid, I say three spades. Because I have 12 points, and I'm presuming my partner's got at least 12, if not more. Then there is a game. And then if he's got four, or he'll show me his hearts.
Yeah.
And then I'll keep quiet.
I'll just go try and get that clarity again. North opens one diamond, then the double, then pass, then what should West bid?
Three spades.
Three spades.
No, that route is not right.
Well, the thing is, from West's point of view, you may have a better fit in hearts than in spades.
Well, in that case, my partner will come back in hearts, and I'll keep quiet.
I don't think so.
No?
If they've doubled, it should show the unbid suits.
Okay.
And so if you bid, if you pick spades, why would you pick spades rather than hearts? I don't know. Then
or three hearts. If I go three hearts, then I suppose two diamond is a safer bet.
It is. I mean, if I bid three hearts, my partner will probably bid four hearts because, they may think, oh well, hopefully that will be.
Yeah, and we've got only 7 of them.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So that is the use of that Q bid, the bidding the opponent's suit, and it's very useful. If you remember to make it, it's the kind of bid your partner is very unlikely to think is natural. Let's put it that way, because they'll almost realize what you're up to, I hope. Anyway, we'll end the talk there. Thank you for those questions.
Thank you.
And the game is starting in about 10 minutes. If you need a partner, just join the game and sit at a table and call me over, and I'll find a partner for you. But the rest of you, I'll say good night now.
Thank you.
Enjoy your bridge, and I'll see
you.
some of you online later on.